Hi all, welcome to Antonio's Goan Delights kitchen. It's been a long time since I've seen you all. So firstly, a happy new year to all of you. We've been away from the kitchen during the Christmas break and New Year's, enjoying time with family. Today we're going to make for you one of the most famous Goan street foods called Goan Choris Pao. It's made up of two parts. One is the pao itself, so I'm going to make my version of what is like a milk bun. And the second part is the choris itself. It is chili fries, we call it in Goa, which is onions and chorizos. I do have them on sale at Antonio's Goan Delights. The link is going to be in the description of this video. First, I'm going to start with the bread. Again, this bread is not the traditional bread that you get in Goa, but has some basic ingredients that you can do all at home. What I first got is about 2 cups of plain flour and a mixture of atta as well, which is your Indian flour. I like having the atta in there just to make it a tad healthier. What I also then have is some dry yeast, which I've soaked in warm water. This is about 2 tablespoons of dry yeast. Then I've got about 4 tablespoons of butter. There's milk. This again will be added as required as I'm kneading the dough. I have about 1 tablespoon of sugar. I'm going to use some salt, just a pinch of salt for taste. And then we've got this very cute little egg container. I'm just going to use 1 egg. So that's the basic ingredients for the bread. Then I'm just going to be lining this container with some oil once I do the kneading, and I'm going to place it in that container. Alright, so make a small well at the center of your flour. I'm going to start adding the ingredients. So firstly, add the yeast mixture, add the sugar, and just a pinch of salt. Add 1 egg and the butter. So now what you want to do is mix it slightly to make it a crumbly mixture. And you only adding the milk later. The reason obviously is because you don't want to make this into a very soft dough. So once you mix this all up, just going to add the little bit of the yeast that's left. And next you start adding your milk. Again, be very mindful how much you add because you don't want the dough to be too sticky and soft. Yeah, so after you knead it, that's what the dough will look like. The yellow color is obviously because of the yolk from the egg. I covered this container with a bit of oil. I've used olive oil in this case. You can use whatever oil of your liking. And then you just cover this with a cloth just to retain the moisture. Now you're going to keep this in a warm or dark place. You could either leave it in the microwave or in an oven which is switched off so that it allows it to rise. Now it's time for the filling for the Goan Choris Pao. So for that we'll need about 3 medium-sized onions. So you could use the white or the Spanish red onions. And then the main ingredient obviously is the choris. So these Goan sausages have been made by me in the traditional way. So this is typically the sausages that we have in north of Goa, specifically in a place called Rivar that my mom comes from. And then you have the other ones which are smoked, which is they're called those beaded or rosary sausages. So these ones in particular are made traditionally, handmade. They are sun baked, so look for a really hot day to make this, and then mainly make them during the summer and then store away, and you can freeze them for a very long time in your freezer. So that's the main ingredient for the Choris Pão. Like I mentioned earlier, you can purchase these in Australia, all over Australia, so I'll ship them for you. The link is in the description below. So now it comes down to cooking the sausages, and you'll see how convenient it is. So I'll encourage you all to buy the sausages at Antonio's Goan Delight. So if you've had a long day and you want a quick meal, very easy to cook, and like you've seen, very basic ingredients. So first, what I'll do is I'll take a pan with about 1 teaspoon of oil. Keep the oil to a minimum if you can, because the sausages will release a fair bit of fat while it's cooking. So here goes in the onions. So now with the onions, I would want to just cook them a bit until they are golden brown. Next, we're going to put in the sausages. So what I've done is I actually removed the casing from the sausages. These sausages were frozen, so it'll take a bit of time to thaw. What I'll do is then just leave it in there, and as they are cooking, you would see them separate. So try to cover the sausages with the onions. So you don't need to add any salt to this because the sausages themselves have a bit of salt. So what I'll do next is I will add a little bit of water to this and leave this covered for a good 20 minutes. So here's your choris filling ready to now be stuffed into the bread. So this has taken roughly about 20 minutes to cook on medium heat. Right, so this is your dough after about an hour's worth of rest. So what you now do is you take your dough out, just put a bit of flour on your kitchen workbench, and then just give it a quick knead. So this will just help release a bit of the air that's in the dough. You don't need to go at this for too long. Right. Next, what you'll do is you're going to now divide this into I'd say roughly about 8 parts. So you're going to divide this into 8 parts, and again you could just divide them. It doesn't have to be precise. Try to keep them as even as you can. So that's 8 balls from the base of your bread. Okay, so now next what you do is then you use a roller. You can even do it with your hands if you choose to, but I'm going to use a rolling pin. You just roll it out a bit, just enough for your filling. So just like that, like you would do a flatbread or a chapati. And you then take your filling, spread it evenly, and you place that filling in the center of your dough, just like that. You could have variations in fillings as well. If you choose, you can put a bit of cheese in there. I'm going to go with the traditional way of doing it. But yeah, you have the options of different type of cheeses, cheddar cheese, cream cheese, etc. if you choose so. What you do next is then fold it towards the center, just like that. Make sure you just cover it because the sausage will ooze a bit of oil and fat, which is fine. You will see a bit of a coloring of the sausage and the masalas that is in it. But that's what your sausage bread will look like, the stuffed sausage bread. So what you do now is then do the same process for the rest of your bread. I've got a baking tray here. I've just put a bit of flour so it stops sticking. I prefer putting flour instead of oil. Just place that in the center, and we'll do the rest of the 8 as well next. Okay, now that I have stuffed all the bread, this is what it looks like. So for the portions I mentioned, it makes up to 8 Choris Pão. What we'll next do is we're just going to glaze it with just some egg, which has got a bit of salt in it, beaten egg. So we'll run this across each of the Choris Pãos. And what we'll next do is add some sesame seeds across. So this is optional, you can choose not to, but it just gives it a nice look and a bit of a flavor as well. So just a bit of sesame seeds across each of the buns. Now your Choris Pãos are ready to be baked. So we'll put it into oven at about 180 degrees preheated. I'll leave that in for about 25 odd minutes. Just have a look at them at about 15 minutes or so, where they will be a bit, they will rise. But 25 minutes at 180 degrees is what you're looking at in terms of cooking time. Alright, and there you have it. That's your Goan Choris Pao. This took about 20 minutes to get done, and the reason you see a slightly browner texture is because I've added a bit of atta or Indian flour to it as well, which has brownish texture. And this is what it looks like on the inside. It's got a good portion of the choris in there, and you can see the oils and the fat from the sausage blends into the bread. So there you have it. Cheers. This brings back memories back from Goa. So thank you all for watching. The whole recipe is going to be in the description of this video. And like I said, if you do want to order the Goan sausages, please reach out to us at Antonio's Goan Delights. Thank you. Bye.